What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the We'll See You Later podcast, episode 31. I remembered this time, so I got better. This episode is brought to you by Happy's Energy and Nutrition, the best energy and nutrition on the planet. I love these. It's like mixing a whole bunch of Kool-Aids together. That's like the sweet tart taste in the back of your jaw, but there's no sugar and there's energy. As you can tell, I am jacked up right now. I feel great. I've been studying like crazy. We're going to be talking today transfer portal. Okay, we're also going to talk a little bit about basketball, but to be honest with you, there's not a whole lot going on for Arkansas side of things. We're also going to talk about the JUCO rules that just changed last night. The JUCO rules that finally have been in place. If you know, that's great. If you don't know, just stick around, guys. I want to say thank you guys for tuning into the We'll See You Later podcast. If you have not subscribed to us, guys, it is free. It is free. Just click the button. Okay, we're just getting started. We're almost 1 year into this. I understand promotion is not my thing. I kind of just post and that's the end of it. If you want to listen, great. If not, great. But I do want to start to see if we can get more and more views out there. If we can get to reach more and more people. We want you to comment more and more and more. It does a great deal to subscribe to these videos and to comment. Just comment whatever you want. Call me stupid. I don't care. Just comment. Ask us questions. I'd love to reach out and talk to you. I had a buddy today call me about the JUCO rules. I've been reading about it for the past 2 hours. I want to reach out to as many people as we can. I know I'm talking more Arkansas stuff, but we're also very into everything. Like, I would love to dive into everything we can. I'm just sticking right now to Arkansas and see if we can get some traction with it. But please go down, click on the subscribe button. It is free again. If we get to 50 plus subscribers, I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but if we can get to 50 plus subscribers, we can start going live and interact with you guys. And that would be the best thing ever. To see if you agree or disagree or want to argue or want to, have us talk about your topics. That's what we want to talk about. We talked about the playoff system last week. We predicted where we believe the system will go, but we'll also predict the winners of the current situation because we have to do this playoff system for 2 years. We all agree that it's not the best situation going on right now. Numbers are everywhere. The number 3 team is actually the number 9 team, all that crap. The 10 team is the 16 team, whatever. The SEC actually proposed an idea that was shut down by this committee and the playoff system was to do away with the conference championship game. They wanted, I think it was the SEC and the Big Ten wanted 4 teams guaranteed. So there's 8 teams that would be like Big Ten and SEC. I still think 16 teams is the right number. I think Adam had the right idea there. But if we did this 4 guarantee system, which the committee completely said no, it would negate this whole, the SEC championship means kind of nothing. It gave Georgia a bye. But to be honest with you, it's not all that bad. You're in the playoffs. That's the goal. Same with the ACC and the Big Ten, even though Clemson, the conference championship game only mattered to like a team like Clemson that was fighting to get in. It didn't really matter to the other ones. The SEC offered it, got shut down, was 4-team guarantee. So number 1 and number 2 would have been Texas and Georgia. They automatically get in. Number 3 would play number 6 in a play-in game, which I think was Tennessee and Bama. And then South Carolina would have played Ole Miss in a play-in game. So no more conference champion, but 2 play-in games. I'm actually a fan of that just because those games would be so intense. It'd be like national championship games before the playoff system started that actually matter. Because if you lose, you're not in. Because it's negating the bowl games. I hate this transfer portal crap. It's negating conference championships unless you're playing like the smaller school or unless you're at Clemson trying to fight to get in. Because I'm super confused. Because 1 year we're going to have the SEC where someone's going to go 12-0 and go to the conference championship, and someone might go 8-4 because everybody else is just kind of eating each other. And then the 8-4 team wins the 12-0 team one good game, and they're 9-4 and they get in. And someone's going to be super pissed about it, and there's nothing you can do. And then you'll see a 10-2 team get left out because they didn't win their conference championship. Like that's going to happen, and people are going to be pissed. That's just the future. That is. I believe that if it doesn't go to 16 or they don't start doing these play-ins and these guarantees, the SEC is going to go gobble up Oregon, Ohio State, Clemson, and Miami, and they're just going to create their own league. That's a 20-team league. They can add more in, but the SEC is going to run it the way that they want to. They can turn it into the NFL kind of version of you bracket off your 4 teams, and then you have a playoff system. Why would you not do it like that? I mean, you have all the money, you have all the teams, you'd have all the power. You should do it, in my opinion. Just saying. But we're going to talk a little bit about this bowl game. You can't be confident if you're an Arkansas fan because of the transfer portal. We don't know what we're putting out there. We've lost, 3 offensive linemen, our first, second, and third string running backs. We've let 3 running backs in the portal, 2 starting wide receivers. Yeah, 2 starting wide receivers, our starting tight end, starting corner, 2 starting defensive linemen, interior linemen, safety. Like, we're demolished as a program right now when it comes to what we're going to put on the field at the Liberty Bowl. So if you bought tickets, you might be seeing an amazing, cool story of like these guys never played. And if we win, they're going to be like, why didn't they play all year? Well, Texas Tech has probably got some solid transfers away as well and people opting out. But we are going to put out a team you're only going to really recognize on offense, Tesla and Green, our quarterback. Other than that, it's going to be a bunch of new faces. I'm kind of excited. The bowl game don't mean shit. We know that's Liberty Bowl. It's almost like the Arkansas Bowl because that's where we go. We're 6-6. That's what we wanted. If we get demolished in this game, Sam Pittman's job could be on the line. But with these transfers coming in, maybe not. With that, guys, I've got so many notes. We're going to hop right into the transfer portal, okay? We're going to talk about the guys that we've brought in so far. And we've brought in some solid dudes so far, okay? The first guy we're going to talk about is Connie Walker. He's a cornerback out of Oklahoma, junior, okay? 6'2", 205. That's the definition of a stud corner. Boy can hit. He's got size. He only had 9 starts this year. He was splitting time with a guy. He was the 62nd quarterback in 2021 whenever he was coming out of high school. He was a 3-star, had 24 tackles this year, 1 interception. Again, was splitting time. He looks aggressive as a corner. He is the Metcalf replacement, I believe. Like, that's the attempt there. I'm excited to see him work because he looks super physical. We're going to switch to the wide receiver side. We have a guy named Cam Shanks. Shanks? I don't know how to say it. I'm going to say Shanks. He's a smaller guy, but most of our wide receivers so far have been smaller dudes. So we're going to have to go get a big guy. But Cam Shanks, 5'8", 185. He's a redshirt freshman from UAB. Actually played against us and scored a touchdown, by the way. This year, the AAC first team all-conference return specialist. AAC third team wide receiver. Led the nation in punt return yards at 329. He averaged 20.6 yards on a punt return. 62 receptions, 656 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Little guy's going to probably play a slot position. Probably like a Satania kind of guy, but got some speed, young dude, and might be a special teams guy for us as well. Might be a return man on a kickoff or a punt return. Probably going to be a little bit of slot as well. Stud, just a little dude, but still a stud. Okay, remember, these guys are all committed already. They have signed pen to paper. They are coming to Arkansas. Braylen Sharp out of Fresno State. He's a junior, 5'9", 165 wide receiver. Another short guy, speedster, had 51 receptions, 523 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was a 3-star coming out. Just missed the second team. He was like an honorable mention, second team in the Mountain West. Solid dude. Again, these guys have something to prove. Okay, smaller guy, but have something to prove. I think Tesla's coming back for us next year. There's our size, but we're going to need some size and speed. But these guys were filling that inside gap, or we're filling out our special teams return guys. We did get a tight end, Jaden Platt, out of Texas A&M. He is 6'5", 260 as a tight end. He's a monster. Okay, big shoes to fill. Well, with Luke Haas going to Ole Miss, tough to say that, but with him going there, we're going to need someone to fill that spot. This guy is literally going to fill the spot. I don't know if he didn't get any playing time. He redshirted. He played 7 snaps this year. He was a 4-star. He is a redshirt freshman. He redshirted this year, didn't do nothing, literally played 7 snaps. So there's high hopes here because he's massive. He's 6'5", 260. If we're going to be, what it looks like we possibly are going to do is be a run RPO team, possibly, with the smaller guys, quick passes, screens, quick little routes, and we're going to be running the ball down your throat. It looks like, I mean, he's huge, but I'm excited. Big dude, big promise. Switching sides now to the defensive side of things. We did get a D end out of Michigan State. He's like a D end linebacker. 6'3", 256. His name is Ken Talley. He's a sophomore, 4-star guy coming out of high school. Only had 1.5 sacks. Again, he was splitting a lot of time as well. Wanted to come in, took a visit, really loved T-Will, really loved our defensive side of the coaching and where we were going to try to utilize him all over because he's like an edge rusher guy. He's a big guy. He's got some big shoes to fill. I think Ken is supposed to be, remember, we lost both of our linemen, both of our DNs. So I think we're trying to fill that Landon Jackson spot. He has the opportunity to be that fill-in. I don't think he'll be as good as a Landon Jackson, but still solid. A solid pickup for a guy who didn't get a lot of playing time, who wants it. And he's coming to Arkansas. Worth it 100% for us to give him a shot here. We can't really judge anybody until we see them actually put it on the field. So don't be hating on this guy. This guy could be a monster. Going to the offensive side of the ball, we have signed 3 offensive linemen, 2 today as of Thursday. Okay, this is Thursday. Offensive tackle, we signed him last week. God, this guy just sounds like a monster. Shaq McCroy. He's a redshirt freshman at Oregon. He was the 57th overall player in his draft, number 4 offensive tackle, not in his draft, but in his class coming out of high school. He was a 4-star. You ready for the size of this young man? 6'8", 375 pounds. I don't know if he's starting right away, but he is rotating in this offensive line 100%. That's why we went and got him. Oregon didn't use him, right? They redshirted him. They did not use him. I think we're going to have to use him. We've lost 3 starting linemen for sure. We're filling in. We have 3 here. I don't know if this guy is the immediate starter, but he's someone that has to get playing time, and we have to get him better and be ready for SEC ball. You just know that, I mean, I'm not an offensive lineman, obviously, but that's a tough position to be, and that's where we have to feel the most confident in our team right now because our offensive line 2 years ago, worst offensive line I've ever seen. Last year, not that great. Everybody said, we got better. Well, no shit. Because the 2022 team, KJ Jefferson, everybody was hating on him how bad he was. He wasn't great this year, so I thought he was going to be really good at UCF. He's actually back in the portal. But that offensive line couldn't block for nothing. They wouldn't have helped anybody, okay? That offensive line was so bad. And then again, this year, everybody's like, all these guys are leaving us. Our offense sucked. Our line was not good. We went 6-6. They wanted more money for what? Win me 9 games and we'll talk about money, bro. Put up stats to where you don't get my quarterback hit. We'll talk money. But now, since we've let these guys go, no problem. They go to Ole Miss. They go to SMU, whatever. Our center who snapped the ball over our 6'6" quarterback and off his own ass cheek 3 times a game is at SMU. He'll ride the pine there. But we've got to fill these offensive line spots. This guy's just size, pure size alone. Put him as a captain and just let him walk out there. He would be terrifying. 6'8", 375, redshirt freshman, can only get better and stronger at the position. I can't wait to see him on the field. I think he's going to rotate. All right, here is our Addison Nichols replacement, the center that I talked about, snapping the ball off his own butt, throwing it over a 6'6" quarterback. I don't know how you do that. This is his replacement, Caden Kittler. Kittler, not, 6'3", 295, redshirt sophomore from UCF. Okay, he was a 3-star. He did start in 11 games, so we have the experience. So with the Oregon kid, he did not play. He's a redshirt freshman. He's going to be very vanilla coming in. With this guy, he played all year. He had 11 starts. Okay, he's a 3-star guy for UCF. But it's just bringing in experience. We need that on the line. He's going to be able to provide that. Again, started all 11 games, or started 11 of the 12 games, allowed 0 sacks on UCF, okay? He allowed 9 hurries, 0 sacks in 709 snaps. We need that. Can't say the same about who just left us. Can't say that. This guy's got the experience. I think he's going to be very well to step in, and he's going to be starting right away. The next guy that is committed, as of now, this is all that's committed to us. We still have a lot more coming in. I have a list of all the people that could be here. Corey Robinson is the big pickup for us. He was a 3-star coming out, junior from Georgia Tech. 6'5", 305 pounds. He's the number 2 overall tackle that was in the transfer portal. Started 7 games, had the highest pass blocking grade in the country. He was a get for everywhere. He was on campus and literally today was supposed to go to Oklahoma to visit. And I'm going to guess that the numbers that he was asking versus the numbers Arkansas was willing to give were a little off. So he was going to go test Oklahoma. Something had to be thought about. Coach Pittman talked about it and said, you know what, we're going to meet you where you're at. They had to pay that man, guaranteed. And Pittman talked about it in his press conference. He will pay for the guys. He'll pay more for those guys that he think he needs to pay for. I think this was one of them. The highest pass blocking grade in the country, number 2 overall offensive tackle, will be wearing a Hog jersey. If we're going to go off of it, we've lost 2 tackles. He played left tackle, I believe. He might have to play right. I don't know. But these guys are going to have to be interchangeable because both of the tackles that we've brought in are same side tackles. We're going to have to, flip one around. But he's going to be an immediate starter. He's going to be hopefully the anchor of that offensive line. And that's it for the commitment so far. The people who have actually committed to this team. But we're going to go into people that are visiting, people that their name has been linked to Arkansas somewhat, and people that might be a little hopeful. Okay, so 3 former Hogs, I can't tell you they're coming here or not. They might actually be going to Purdue because that's where Barry Odom is at. 3 former Hogs have entered the transfer portal. Running back A.J. Green, who transferred to Oklahoma State to sit behind Ollie Gordon, got hurt, didn't even play in the season. He's in the portal. We need a running back. I loved A.J. Green. I really did. He transferred out, didn't really get a chance to do anything under Bobby's system. Not sure if we're offering him. Not sure if he's playing, to be honest with you, or how the injury's gone. Not sure if we like him at all in that sense. Just saying, he's in the portal. We liked A.J. Green. I did a lot. I thought he was one of the most underrated ones. DeBinion was his I thought he was way better than DeBinion. Then we had Rocket Sanders. He left. Left tackle, St. John, Jalen St. John. I don't know if y'all remember him. Offensive lineman. He transferred 2 years ago to UNLV to play for Coach Barry Odom. Has been there. He's back in the portal. We might need a filler. Not sure if we're going to offer him. He might go to Purdue to follow his old ball coach. And then defensive back Jalen Catalon. Y'all remember him? Jalen was like a stud freshman. Still is a stud, but was a stud freshman. Had an amazing year. Then got injured his sophomore year. Had to sit out. Then transferred to Texas. Got injured again. Didn't really get to play a whole lot in Texas. And then he just transferred to UNLV this past year and put up numbers. Had a year. He has entered the transfer portal. He's either following Coach Barry Odom to Purdue or maybe Coach Pittman. Bring him back home for his last year. Bring him back to Arkansas. That'd just be a super cool story. I love Jalen. I thought he had a great freshman year. And then the injury. If he can stay healthy, which I think that's what he did this year, you can see what he can be, and it's unreal. Not sure if he's following Barry Odom or not. I would love to see him in a Razorback jersey again. Remember we talked about wide receivers and how we were getting the little guys. Well, there's a guy in the portal. He's a wide receiver. He is 6 foot, 188. Wide receiver number 10 in the portal. Missouri, Courtney Crutchfield. He's actually from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Signed with Missouri last year, and everybody lost their shit because he went to Missouri and didn't come to Arkansas. He's on campus. Sign that man, please. Sign him. We want in-state guys, and he's a 4-star. We want him. We want him. Let's see if we can make a deal for Courtney Crutchfield. That'd be insane. Defensive tackle out of Georgia. In the portal, he's linked to he's talked to Arkansas. These are they've either visited, they're going to visit, or they're talked about. They've been reached out to. They've been offered by Arkansas. Not sure if they visited. Jamal Jarrett, 6'5", 350 D tackle, interior lineman. He's a sophomore. I would love to see him. He's an interior guy. We're missing our interior defensive guy. 6'5", 350 would fill that easily. Played a little bit of SEC ball. Would love to see Jarrett in there. Running back Ishmael Maldi. Mahaldi. I'm sorry. He is a junior out of Texas State, 5'9", 180-pound running back. He was a 3-star coming out, but at Texas State had 183 rushes for 991 yards and 4 touchdowns at Texas State. Good little running back. He's a speedster. He's super quick. Was going to say wide receiver out of Bama, Kendrick Law, but as of now, as soon as I sat down, he signed with Kentucky. So Kendrick Law is gone. He was one that people were kind of wanting us to sign, but it is what it is. We have 2 D-backs that have visited Arkansas, Adrian Maddox out of UAB. He's a junior, 6'3", 200 pounds. He had 44 tackles this year, 2 forced fumbles and 1 interception from UAB. He has entered the portal. He has visited Arkansas. We don't know the negotiations. He has not made a commitment yet. And then Jordan Young out of Cincinnati. He was a former 4-star, had 35 tackles on the year, 6 foot 197 junior. Played at Cincinnati last year, has visited, has liked his visit. Said he loved the coaching staff, loved his visit. We'll see where that goes. If we can get 2 D-backs, that'd be crazy. Then, guys in the portal that have been linked to possibly being talked to. These guys are more, I don't know if we've reached out or they visited, but this is like hopeful in the portal. And a lot of people are saying like we would love to have them visit, love to have them on the team. Eastern Michigan safety, Quintavious Scandrett, 6'3", 200 pounds, had 55 tackles on the year, 1 interception. He looks like a monster. He looks like he will mess you up, and we need a safety. And wide receiver out of Idaho, Jordan Dwyer, 6 foot 195 redshirt junior. This year, okay, he has been offered by Arkansas. We just don't know if he's visiting or not. I hope he is. We offered him. He had 78 receptions on the year for Idaho, 1,192 receiving yards, and 12 touchdowns. That's someone you want on this squad. Okay, if we can go get a Jordan, but a lot of people are going after him. Jordan Dwyer, Idaho wide receiver. And then you got on here, real quick, these 2 names have been entered into the portal. And I have nothing to go off of other than Rodney Hill, our running back, that will probably be starting in this bowl game. He's our 4th stringer now, but 1st stringer. Has these guys entered the portal, and he tweeted them. Micah Pittman, Utah wide receiver, 6 foot 205 senior, was tweeted by Rodney Hill to come to Fayetteville. And also 6'5", 250 pounds, an edge rusher from Florida State, Patrick Payton, have both been tweeted by Rodney Hill to come to Arkansas, come to the Hill. I don't know if they will or won't. The guy from Florida State, that edge rusher, we need him bad. So I would say offer him the moon to come play for us. And that's it right now for the transfer portal. I know that was a whole lot. You're going to have to go back, look these guys up. That's what I've been trying to do. I'm literally on my X account, Twitter account, nonstop, just seeing if there's any updates happening. Rocket Sanders, by the way, I just got updated. Rocket Sanders is declaring for the draft. Just saw that. Good for him. Go get him, Rocket. And I'll tell you this real quick. We're going to talk about transfer portal and loyalty. Cam Ball is literally one of my favorite Razorbacks right now. He literally keeps talking about how loyalty, and then he messaged some of our guys who went to Ole Miss and said, see you next year. See you week 3. I can't wait. But we're going to talk a little bit. Okay, we're going to get into this real quick. Braylen Russell, running back out of Arkansas. I've been confused with him because you remember he entered the portal, exited the portal, entered the portal. I got some sources that I will not name, but I have some sources that have shed some light maybe on some of that. So maybe you're wondering what's going on. I think this is what's going on. He's been this flip-flop kind of guy for a minute now. In high school, he went to, I believe, Hot Springs, tried to go to Little Rock Christian, did not get in because of grades, ended up going to Benton his senior year. He committed to Arkansas, decommitted to Arkansas, committed to Tennessee, decommitted to Tennessee, committed back to Arkansas. Played his year here. We love him. Arkansas's homegrown. I love the dude. I think he's amazing. Grown-ass man at 18 years old. You won't see running backs like that young. I was so excited for him this coming year to take the starting role. There has been some obvious internal stuff where either it's a coaching situation, or the chemistry between our coaching staff and him is not there. The bond that you would want, I don't know if it's there or not. Obviously, they've had to have conversation after conversation to see if he's going to stay, go, whatever, and what he wants. I don't know if it's a money issue or if it's an attitude issue or a mixture. Maybe he just doesn't want to be here no more. He don't like nobody. I don't know what it is. But I do know that the entering of the portal situation, I kind of have a little bit of light shed on it. Can't tell you if this is 100% true. I just have sources that have said this, that know the situation. So they say he entered the portal finals. And when he entered the portal, I've heard that I'm not hating on him at all. I've just heard that he's not the smartest guy when it comes to schoolwork, right? He's a football player. He's not a school guy. Apparently, when he entered the portal, the people that were helping him with his studies refused to help him because he is no longer a Razorback. So he was going to have to take a final on his own. He would have failed that final. So he jumped out of the portal, said he's staying. They helped him. He passed. He hopped back in the portal. If that's true, then as a Hog fan, we don't want him. He doesn't want to be here. There's something obviously going on, whether it be with the coaching staff again or if it's with him. He doesn't fit the mold of what we want then. And it wouldn't be a good relationship anyways. Next year, it wouldn't be good. He wouldn't want to be here. So if that's true, I wish him the best. I've also got a source that says he's probably going to Ole Miss too. So that'll be number 4 going to Ole Miss. So they beat the dog crap out of us this year, and then they steal all of our players. Maybe our players, hopefully next year, go there and don't do well. Maybe they don't do so well. But that's to shed a little bit of light on that situation. So that's what I've heard. Can't tell you that's true. Just saying that's sources on my end that I've heard on that side of things. Now we're going to talk about the rant that I kind of have to where I think high school kids can be very irrelevant unless you're a 5-star, even then. But as of yesterday, JUCO, junior college, has passed a law or passed a rule that, or the NCAA passed a rule that if you've went to JUCO for 1 or 2 years, because they're JUCO, that's what they are, that does not count to your 4 years of eligibility in the NCAA. So we don't know, we do not have to go. This is what happens. We don't have to worry about a high school kid having to develop for 2 years. It's literally like the NCAA. College football is becoming its own like massive league that you're going to get paid an ungodly amount of money. You have all of the power as a player. It's not like the NFL. The NFL, like, okay, we can negotiate, but if we don't like what we're doing here, I mean, we can offer you the moon in a massive contract, but if we don't like what we're doing here, we'll trade you. There's only 31 other teams out there that you can go test the waters, see whatever they're going to pay you, whatever. In college, there's over 120 schools that will pay you whatever you want. They'll give you the car. They'll give you the monthly salary. They'll give you your house, whatever it is. There's so many more. And there's no rules yet. There's no caps. There's no salary caps. There's no nothing. You can sign, play, and leave the next year. You ain't guaranteed have to do nothing. You ain't even got to be here for 2 years, 3 years. You can be here for 1 season and not even have a good year. That's crazy. That is crazy. But junior college kids now, okay? Let's take a kid who graduates school, doesn't really have, maybe he's a 3-star guy. Go JUCO. You can get 2 years to develop. Because let's be honest with you, there's a difference between an 18-year-old kid and a 20-year-old kid. At 20, you're starting to turn into a man. So if I go to JUCO, I play my 18 and 19-year-old season on JUCO, my 19 and 20-year-old season at JUCO. I have great years. Then you come, then Arkansas, Alabama, Georgia, whoever comes and offers me the moon. I'm 20 and I have 4 years. And I'm more equipped now as a person. I'm better. The transition from high school to JUCO to college is easier than high school straight into D1 for some guys. And I can ask for what I want. And then eventually we're going to have red shirts. We're going to have medical red shirts. We're going to have all these things. We're going to have 26 to 29-year-olds in college football. What are we doing? I do not agree with what's going on at all. I think it should not be this way because we're going to have 8-year guys now that have played in JUCO, 7 and 8-year guys that are still playing college football. There was a comparison of the guy from Utah, and there's a comparison of Trevor Lawrence. They went to high school at the same time. Trevor Lawrence has been the quarterback for 4 years for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this guy's still in college and has 1 more year of eligibility. So Trevor Lawrence will be in the NFL for 5 years as the quarterback for the Jaguars, and this kid's still in college, and they went to school at the same time. They graduated the same time. Are you kidding me? That's absolutely wild to me. I think it's stupid. You're going to get kids hurt. And you're also, if you don't put parameters on NIL, what are we doing here? I'm so confused because it's like, okay, let's just let kids just run rampant through high school and JUCO and college, and then we'll try to corral them in to the NFL. Some of these kids don't even need to go to the NFL. They'll make more money in college. If their NFL career doesn't make it work out, they're good. At 25 years old, I'm a multimillionaire. I just invest my money over here or do my business over here. I don't have to play NFL football. It's just wild to me to see that we're going to have literally 26-plus-year-olds in college for a while. Like, there's guys that I'm super interested to see if guys that went to JUCO a couple years ago can get those eligibility years back. Let's say you went to JUCO in 2021. Can you use that as I get an extra year or not? We talk Reggie Bush. He took money, and then when NIL came back, they gave him his Heisman back. Are you going to give kids their eligibility back? Because it's going to be asked a lot. I don't know if they will or won't. I do not agree with it. I think it's going to be crazy until they put rules on this. College sports is running wild, especially college football. It's running rampant. And I don't blame the kids. They're 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27-year-olds who are being offered stupid amount of money to play football against college kids. Like, why would I not go to a Boise State if they're going to offer me a couple $1 million? I'm not playing the craziest talents. I'm not playing, like in the NFL, you're playing the Georgia and the Alabama and the Ohio States every week. You're playing the best of the best every week. I can go to a Colorado and play 1 or 2 teams a year that's studs and have great breakout years. I can go to a Utah. I can go to a Arizona State. What are we doing? What are we doing here? I can go to a Boise State, play in the Mountain West Conference, and have a Genty year, not win the Heisman, snubbed, but not win the Heisman and still be a first-round draft pick. But what would stop me from doing that? What are we creating here? This is whenever, you remember, it's happening now. We used to be able to whip our kids. I used to get my butt whipped on the daily. Ooh. You remember whenever, I'm going to go 90s back, you got your butt whipped, right? There was discipline. The power was with the parents, right? You could discipline your kid. And I'm not here to debate it. Now, you can't discipline your kid without, you can take their phone away or you can, whatever. You ground them. You take away their Xbox or their tablet or whatever it is. And then there's still a fit. You tell them, no, there's no consequence to their actions, right? It teaches discipline. The discipline teaches respect, and so for me, I feared my father because he'd beat my ass if I did something stupid against his rules, right? And now you can't do that. So it's like the NFL is like the old school way-ish. And then there's this new school way with college where we're letting them run rampant. There's no parameters. There's no boundaries. There's no rules. So I can ask what I want. I can have 50 tackles, be a 4-star and say, well, they didn't give me enough playing time. But if you offer me, $20,000 a month, a house and 2 cars for me and my mom, and shoot, can I get this, this, and this? I'll come play for you for a year. That's insane. There's got to be, to me, there's got to be a salary cap per team. Like if you're a Power 5 team, here's your salary cap. Like you cannot go above it. Even though we're going to find ways around that anyway. I've heard too, man, that there's a possibility of people coming and owning programs now. Like the owner of the Chargers can be the owner of the Texas Longhorns. Like that's a possibility. If that's what are we doing? It's like going to ruin college football. Is it? I think so, because then we're just going to have these most expensive teams when college should not be about that at all. I now see why Nick Saban got out. You can't control it until there's a law or a rule that we're going to put in place. This is going to be a shit show and a wild one. So if you're a college football fan at all, which most of you on here are, hold on for dear life. That's why, especially for the Hogs right now, that's why I keep telling you, be patient. Like, I understand the Pittman situation. I think Rhett Lashley is the guy we might have to go get. I thought it was Barry Odom, but we're going to have to be patient and see what he can do with the money that we do have. We've raised some money. He says we have money. He's got to produce it. But to see guys leave and you're upset about it is something I'll never understand at 6-6. If we were a 10-2 team, 9-3 team, and you see all these guys leaving, then I'm like, okay, we have a culture problem. Right now, we don't. I mean, we might be a culture problem, but it's also a player problem because we couldn't produce on the field either. But yeah, that's my rant of transfer portal. That's my rant of this new JUCO rule. I'm really curious to see how this goes. Again, I would not go after high school kids. I'd go get a 20-year-old who's played college ball for 2 years, who understands schemes and systems and is built like a man now, and just pick up where they left off. It's like farm teaming. I would pick a JUCO school and just farm team them over and over again. And then I can get him I probably won't get him for 4 years, but I can try to. I can hold him there. As opposed to a freshman I'm going to redshirt his first year because he's not ready. He's going to transfer out and want more money. Why would I do that? It doesn't make any sense. I'm going to get a 2-year guy who can start right now, and if he has a great year, we talk money. Most of these redshirt freshmen are leaving because they want to play, but they haven't had any tape. And if they step out on a field, they're not ready. You're not ready for the Bamas. You're not ready for the Ohio States. You're not ready for the Oregons. You're not ready for the Georgias. You're not ready for the Texas Longhorns. You're not ready for those. I'm going JUCO all day long with this new rule. That's just me. But now we're done with sports. Okay, we're done with sports for now. We'll be back next week for sports. We're going to talk how you really doing section. That's one of Jordan's favorites. I haven't really talked about it in a while, and brought up a whole bunch of stuff. And it's been over a month. So got married, super blessed, super stressed, man. That's expensive. Got married, honeymoon was fantastic. And now we're back to life. Christmas is next week, less than a week away. Christmas, got everybody's gifts. Either right now we have the gifts or I've got to go get a couple more. But I am beyond excited for 2025. Again, we have 1 year left on the lease here at Happy's. Our sign is supposed to be getting up, I think, this week, possibly tomorrow. Having our sign installed. I'm super excited. This could be it's going to be a make or break for our situation because we don't know about our lease agreement and where we're going with that. We want to start a family. I don't know. I really don't. But I do know that I love this. I want to pursue this as well as a possible career path. I actually drove my dad's truck. I've been thinking about him a lot lately, missing him a lot lately. This will be our second Christmas without him. And I haven't talked about it a lot. I just miss him. I miss a lot. I miss his presence. And my mom is my rock other than my wife, and I hate her going through all this stuff too and still having grief. She started decorating more for Christmas, and I'm so proud of her for it. She's moving forward. There's a whole lot we want to do with the house for her and with vacations whenever the holiday seasons are over so she can go out and do her own thing. I'm so excited for her to experience life. But I drove the truck. The truck is running really solid actually right now. So still saving up for these cameras. Because my dream, guys, is to interview coaches. Probably gonna have to start at the high school level, maybe some lower college level here. Start interviewing coaches. Not sure if you guys are interested in that, but I'm super excited. I want to have, I can just ask and learn more about that world, high school, college, sports. What makes them think. I wanted to be a coach growing up. I wanted to be a player growing up, but I played football until high school, but I was so damn little I didn't grow into my body. But now coaching was a dream of mine, and now this is a dream of mine. Talking sports, being around people, being able to answer questions, just bring up passion, because that's what we have. That's what sports are for us. It's just passion. It's love, no matter who you're rooting for. Okay, it's just passion and love. But yeah, that's the 2025 goal, is to interview coaches, go to their stadium, see their facilities, sit in a parking lot, interview them, have a good time doing it. Just saving up for that currently. That's what we're doing, saving up for those cameras. But yeah, I drive my dad's truck and it feels so damn good. So it's a red truck. I put a Christmas tree in the back, so it's a little red truck hauling a Christmas tree. But I'm doing okay, man. We went to Branson as well. It's a family tradition. We're having our Christmas this next week. It's just different, and it's hard to process those emotions. But, I love talking about missing people. I love talking about my dad, because I didn't talk about him a lot when he was here, because we were still learning who each other were. But I love talking about him now, because it's all this unexpressed love that I didn't know that I had, that I didn't get to show him and talk to him about. So now I get to do it now, and it's like an honoring of him. So I'm great. If you see me a little emotional about it, I'm great. I'm good. I know where he's at, and I'm pretty happy that he's there. I'm good, man. I really am. I'm good. We're growing. After the holiday season, Happy's, we're tightening up the menu here. We're going to go 2025 as hard as we can, but our way, in a fun way. And I love that. And just excited to see the future, guys. Hopefully you see us in this setting, but also traveling and going to schools, and being able to talk to coaches and seeing their staff and seeing their players, and maybe being there for practice. I cannot wait for that. It's going to be absolutely exciting and fun to watch. And I hope you guys stick around with us to do that. Hope you go with us, man. Again, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in to the We'll See You Later podcast. This was episode 31. Just me riding solo, but that's okay. I'm riding with you. I'm riding with you. All right. 3 things to live by before you guys get out of here, though. Okay. Number 1, don't piss into the wind. Okay. I've done that. Don't do that. Number 2, and always, hogs by 90. Number 3, and most importantly, never, ever, ever trust a fart. And until next time, guys, we'll see you later. Love y'all.